How much progress can a new account that is free to play make in 100 days? In the next 60 minutes, you will find out, as I share attack strategies, the best ways to get free gems, basically a complete guide on how to upgrade your base faster. On day 1, after starting the account and completing the tutorial, let's hire a second builder, 250 gems. Okay, make sure you do not spend the gems, even though the villager wants you to. We need to gain 3,500 to get all 5 builders. Let's call the account 100 days free to play. I then instantly got both of my builders working. The storages were my main priority so that I could house more loot when I farm. You actually get a 3-day shield where you cannot be attacked when you first start the game. So you can focus on the goblin maps to get used to things. But for me, we are going to go out into multiplayer. I'm going to start a timer here because you will see after a couple of attacks how I manage my resources at this early level. The first base, if I just send the barbarians, are they going to be strong enough to get the cannon, or should we just literally go for the loot? Yeah, they're not even going to get in towards the cannon. Okay. Come on, little level 1 barbarians. What is happening right now? Better than nothing. Let's upgrade those storages yet again. Okay, so they're not going for the storage. That's great. Fantastic. Need all the defenses down. Come on. Come on. 1 defense down, 2 defenses down, 3 defenses down. Our first 3-star incoming. 5 attacks and just under 8 minutes to have my storages completely full. Then let's make sure once the builders have finished, we instantly get them working again. They're going to be extremely busy the next few months. The next couple of hours were much the same, assuring my builders were constantly working and farming to make sure I had enough loot to do so. And that does now take us over the 30-minute mark of attacking, because that is my commitment for this video. 1 hour of active farming each day for 100 days. We are only 4 hours into this first day, but let's upgrade to Town Hall 3. The army camp is top of my list alongside the laboratory. Having the lab built means we can start researching those troops, because much like the builders, we need to make sure that things are being researched in there as much as possible. I can now jump back into multiplayer to continue my 1 hour of farming. Beautiful. Within just a couple of searches. Spread some barbarians here. Couple of archers. Let's try and take out that mortar. Fantastic. I can continue to do this and log on periodically once my builders are free, because I have to be time efficient if I want to make as much progress as possible. Day 2, we have literally just passed the 24-hour mark, and I think we've made pretty good progress. The barracks was an 8-hour upgrade overnight, so that worked out really well. The goblin is our final upgrade in the laboratory, but I have a top tip up my sleeve for you. Whenever there is a challenge level in the game, you obviously want the rewards, but use the time wisely. There's still 5 days of this, so what I can do is use the queen, have 1 strike on the gold storage, and get out of there. That in itself gained me 20,000 gold, which I can then put into the walls. We can then rinse and repeat this. Do not 3-star the challenge straight away, because your storages cannot house that amount of resources. Our goblin is completed, but that's everything in the laboratory done. Aside from upgrades though, our #1 priority is getting more builders. I did connect to Supercell ID yesterday to protect my account, but also get my 50 gems. And there's a bunch of others in the profile here. League All-Star is one of the achievements to highlight, but we only need 123 gems before we can get that next builder. And I believe there's some in this season challenge menu. This is the free season pass you get below Town Hall 7, but you don't have to collect the loot from in here straight away. We could save this for when we need just a little bit extra loot for an upgrade. I am going to collect the gems though. Let's take a look at the amount of loot we netted yesterday. Oh, I might have skewed the gold grab a little bit with the events we just did, but we can come back here at the end to see exactly how much loot we get over the 100 days. Let's start my attack timer for let's start my attack timer for today and get out into some attacks. Here we are. Perfect. We should be able to get into the dead zone of the mortar pretty easily here. The barbarians and archers are definitely what I would recommend for farming. You clearly want to try and get a lot of loot, and there will be questionable bases. So I'm able to easily target the defenses first here. Should have definitely had more barbarians tanking that archer tower, but we'll get it. Never mind. I then just need to take out the cannon on the far right side. Oh, I should have expected the traps there, but we'll easily get that, and then our troops can wipe out the rest of the base. 2 minutes. Literally. And our storages are full. That is why for these first couple of days, I am breaking up the 1 hour into multiple segments. Otherwise, I'd be farming for nothing. With the builder now free, I want to remove as many obstacles on the outside of the base as possible. And you always want to do this because there is a maximum capacity of 45 obstacles, meaning if you don't remove them, you're not gaining new ones in order to get your free gems. I am going to rebuild the clan castle, which will allow me to give you advice for clan wars, clan games, the raid weekends, and we get 5 gems for doing so. Upgrade another elixir storage to get that builder working. Then I am going to do some of the single player attacks because we should be able to beat the first couple of these pretty easily now. And there are achievements for getting stars in the goblin maps, which means not only am I getting loot from these attacks, I'm also working towards our primary objective right now, which is 500 gems for the third builder. There's our first 5 gems from that. 69 to go. Perfect. I still have a couple of other upgrades to do, and for the most part, I will be maxing each town hall level, but I can't utilize the time right now within the laboratory, and I can't farm too much either, because I'm constantly prevented by the build time, so I'm actually going to upgrade now to Town Hall 4. I only created this account 30 hours ago. Town Hall 4. With the boosts, we do have double resource production for the next 3 days. With that said, we need to instantly get our builders working, and for me, the laboratory is the first upgrade. As per when I hit Town Hall 3, I quickly went ahead and built all of the new buildings. This means I could now copy a base link to have an effective farming layout. The final building is my air defense 3-hour upgrade, and let me take a look at some of these. 4-hour upgrade, 2-hour upgrade. Don't tell me I'm going to have to set an alarm during the night again. 6-hour upgrade, that's a little bit better. Either way, now that I have storage capacity, I can continue my 1 hour of farming for today. Day number 4, I do want to show you an alternate farming method today, but I feel like we can get our third builder, and also I have a bit of a strategic upgrade plan. My laboratory has everything upgraded. So right now, my lab timer is falling behind. Whilst I still have plenty of upgrades to do at this level, I'm not warring on the account just yet. But let's go ahead and upgrade. I'll easily be able to catch back up. It's not like I'm rushing at this point, but we can better utilize the lab timer. And also, yesterday, I wasn't able to do my 1 hour of farming because I was constantly capping my storages off. Let's remove these obstacles real quick. See how close we can get to that third builder. Did we get something else in the profile as well? Must have missed that one before. We're getting so close. I decided to remove some of these stones as well. These will not grow back on your base, so if you want some for a souvenir, make sure to keep some of them. 3 gems. Oh, and we actually got an achievement. Yes, 10 gems for removing the obstacles. That gives us 506. Let's go into the shop. This is where you can enter code Judo at the top right if you are making any purchases, but that is not what we're doing with this account. It is completely free to play, but we've gained 500 free gems. So let's get that builder. Yes! Oh my gosh, that's going to speed up our progress massively. Okay, let's take a look at this. I think we should focus on these storages. Let's get both gold storages upgrading. I can now start my 1 hour of farming today. I'm going to show you some goblin attacks and a little bit of strategy around that. But we can come back in 6 hours when we hit Town Hall 5. The builder should have just finished Town Hall 5 with even more boosts. And by the way, the boosts do stack, so I haven't lost any of the previous ones from doing that. I did get 2 further storages upgrading when those other 2 builders were free. Did a couple of attacks to make sure we could purchase all of the new items. Okay, let's get everything down first. I just started building the wizard tower without even realizing it. Oh gosh. Okay, well, in 3 hours time, my first priority is the laboratory, so we can start researching inside. That was the purpose of somewhat rushing up to Town Hall 5, because as I get more builders, I'll be able to catch back up on the buildings within the base itself. The lab then becomes a bit more of a bottleneck. Let's get back out into multiplayer and fill our storages. Perfect find. With the goblins, the reason you want to use them is they do 2 times damage to any resource building. So primarily collector farming, such as this one, since you actually loot more from the mines and pumps, you can gain 50% of the loot available in the mines and pumps, but the amount from the storages is capped off based on the town hall level, so it's a lot less. Needless to say, that's why you need to constantly collect the mines and pumps so you don't lose as much on defense. And when you're farming, we don't care about the victory, we care about the loot. So the goblins allow you to speed farm super quick. You just have to remember, after the attack, go to the quick train menu and train back up the goblins you used in the previous attack. Then you can get back out again. But for me, our storages are full already. Looks like we have some more gems. That will do nicely as we work towards that 4th builder. Day 7, just 82 attacks completed because of my storages always capping off, and I am about to start the final upgrade in the laboratory. So believe it or not, I am actually going to upgrade my town hall again. It actually thinks I'm rushed. I mean, you're not wrong, villager. I should upgrade my offense, but I'm really trying to make sure that I keep the lab moving and that we can maximize the amount of attacks by just continually upgrading my storages. So 12 more hours and we will be Town Hall 6. Down in here, I haven't even needed to collect the resource buildings. I haven't had to collect the loot. Let's do what the villager said and upgrade our army camp. I then decided to get a few more 3 stars within the single player goblin maps to use our current farming troops, as I want to show you the giant and wizard strategy before moving to Town Hall 6. Can you believe I logged back in exactly as I was being attacked? Oh, I had a timer set for the village guard expiring as well. Well, let's see how we manage on our first defense. This is similar to the strategy I'm going to be teaching you. Giants in towards the mortar in this example, but you're really trying to get the air targeting defenses, which for my base, I have an archer tower upgrading. He's took out the air defense at the bottom of the base. So yeah, nice job, boss shark. I really wish I could just skip this and start playing the game. Yay! Oh, and there's a maintenance break in 5 minutes. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, let's quickly try and do a couple of attacks, get that loot back. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. This is a well-upgraded base. So what we're going to do is check for clan castle troops real quick. Even if they're not in a clan, they can still have troops if they have left beforehand. Then what we need to do is use the giants. I think we should try and punch through the wall here to the air defense first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Send those in. We can then use these and the wizards. Lightning spells. Try and take that out. The lightning actually helped us get through the wall. That's fantastic. Then the giants move in. We can spread the wizards. Once these are down, you then need to target the air-based defenses, as we sadly just seen on my base. So we can go 1, 2, 3 onto that archer tower. Since it's distracted, let's try and get the wizard tower as well. And then we can just spread the archers around the base, or at least we can try to, because that should be the air-based defenses down. Come on, archer tower, go down. Yes. Finally, the balloons can just cruise through the ground defenses, and then you have the rest of your troops in order to clean up. But that is the best attack strategy at Town Hall 5, and if you are in a clan, just take some extra balloons in order to help out. 1 minute and 20. Can we do one more attack to get my star bonus? Ooh, could we get this base? Look at all of the loot. This is tricky with the 2 wizard towers, but I kind of want to try it. I think if we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's get another giant in there. Basically need those down. Come on. Wizard tower down. Get the archer tower at the top. Did my wizard go down? My wizard must have got targeted. Oh well. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then we just need that top archer tower and we're good. Wow, there we go. Let's break that giant into the air defense and the balloon there just to get that mortar. Get that air defense down. I mean, we're good at this stage. I really don't need to, but once this cannon's on the giant, let's just send the wizard in order to get that cannon down, and then we can clean up. Game is closing for short maintenance break. Well, it's a good job that I will get my star bonus here and that I will have gained my loot back from the defense whilst teaching you how to use the troops a little bit more strategically at this level. And I will try to do that every time we upgrade to a new town hall. Here we go. Oh, I'm logged into my main account, of course. Town Hall 7. And this means the free-to-play pass is automatically completed. So we have a rune of gold, a book of building. My laboratory actually finished a couple of days ago, and I debated upgrading to Town Hall 7 then, but I had so many other buildings to upgrade, I thought I would catch up just a little bit. Looking at the new items that we need to build, we can certainly get the quick ones underway. I do only have 1 builder available, but whilst that's building, let's find my best bases for every level. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's because I need the new walls and everything. I didn't even bother changing my base layout at Town Hall 6, and honestly, there wasn't anything interesting to show, so that's why I skipped to Town Hall 7. Much better. I guess I should upgrade a bunch of walls with elixir since I have more than enough, and I'm going to require some gold upgrades alongside this as well. Oh. Of course, we need a builder. I guess I can check out the season pass whilst we are waiting of that builder. Obviously, for this specific account, it is going to be free to play. That means I am only allowed to collect things on this lower track. Oh, that was perfect timing with the builder upgrading as well. So let's get rid of some of this elixir because, as I've mentioned, for the previous town hall levels, I have literally been overflowing in the amount of loot. I really haven't had to do 1 hour of farming each day as of yet. But for the moment, I am literally just building all of the new buildings. I have been continuing to complete achievements, which is your fastest way to get free gems. Sweet victory. Once we hit that, 450 gems, we are going to be close to that 4th builder. However, I do want to show you the giant and healer attack strategy that you can use at Town Hall 6. Okay, so first you would check for clan castle troops. Fantastic. There's none. Then you want to enter into one of the air defense and splash damages. So we'd spread the giants a little bit here to tank, followed by a couple of wall breakers, and try and delay the healers for the moment. We can use a few wizards. You can use one of the healing spells initially if you're having to wait of the healers, but you want the healers protected away from the air defense. So once the air defense goes down, then we can deploy the healers. They will go to the giants, and you can then continue to try and wall break. I'm going to use a couple of giants at the top here to distract, along with 1 further wizard. As the giants come around, I can send the wall breakers here to try and target in towards the air defense and give access to the archer tower there as well. But then it is relatively similar to the giant wizard strategy in that once the air targeting defenses are down, you want to then target the other ground-based defenses with your balloons as the giants are tanking. I will save onto these other balloons because those are the ones I gained from an extra army camp at Town Hall 7, but essentially that is a fantastic Town Hall 6 strategy. Ultimately, the Barch is still going to be your best farming strategy, but sometimes sometimes you need to vary it up in order to keep the game feeling fresh and fun. And this is one of those strategies that you can use to do that and to get 3 stars in war. And with that, we have completed our first challenge in the gold pass. It gets us closer to 2 training potions. And again, whilst we do want to get all of the way up, at this stage, I will be probably selling some of those magic items. We obviously get the season bank as well, which is going to continue to overflow my loot. Pick up those troops again. And I have a builder ready at 8:10 p.m. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Day 18, and today is a big day because we will get the 4th builder. That is the aim. I only have 398 gems, but I've been saving this for you. Now let's get the lab instantly working again. I'm going to get the barbarian upgraded because now that I have the barbarian king, once I do get him to level 5, the barbarians from his ability mimic the level of your barbarians in the laboratory. Exactly the same happens once you get the archer queen. I have all of the walls completely maxed out for Town Hall 7, and I've been cycling through the air defense. The main reason being you want to try and defend what you are likely to be attacked with. I am using a lot of dragons. I highly recommend that at Town Hall 7. I will show you that and the Hog Rider attack because I think the dragons are better for trophy pushing. The Hog Riders can be better depending on base layout in war. Moving up to the profile, let's collect our gems. 20 for getting the dragon, but we've got some good ones down here. 5 gems, 50 gems, however, 450 for reaching 1,250 trophies. Once we get to Crystal League, I gain another 250 gems. This puts us at 923. I can quickly complete the Champions Challenge. I was using my little loot trick I taught you at the start of this video a little bit earlier with this challenge, but let's complete it in its entirety for those gems, and any loot that you gain from challenges, practice maps, goblin maps, that actually transfers across into your season bank. That in itself gives us another 25 gems, but the potion we don't really need, to be honest with you. A lot of the potions you can sell in order to get the gems. That is actually going to be better value for you to get that 4th builder. The quicker you can do that, the better. And it might be that for your raid medals, like I said, you get the clock tower and training potion because they are the cheapest, and all potions convert to just 10 gems. Let's sell 2 more of these, and that gives us 1,008 gems. The absolute best thing you can do with your gems is get those builders. What a day this is! Finally! We can start catching up on these buildings. Let's, I guess, use some of my Dark Elixir, even though my king is going to get to level 5 way faster than we will be finished Town Hall 7. Just means I can utilize him better whilst we're farming as well. Perhaps now we will be able to sync up the buildings and the lab and not rush ahead too much as I did for the previous levels. 20 trophies. Look at this. Fantastic. Let's go with a few barbarians up top. Make sure there's a skeleton trap. All right, let's just go with a dragon. Thank you for trolling me. Oh, I didn't see the Archer Queen and the Tesla and the Archer Towers over there. Okay, well, we're not going to 3-star, but we might as well get the rest of the loot. Farming and trophy pushing at the same time. Even if you find a base that's too strong, if you can 2-star, get all of the loot, that's perfect. And after that, something weird happened. I kept getting bases with 1 trophy. Come on, Clash of Clans. So I kept nexting until I found a base with loot I couldn't pass up. Oh my gosh. 1 million loot. Near enough. Can we at least get a star on this? Minus 38 trophies if we lose. Oh my goodness. Oof, that wasn't great. Need 1, 2, 3. King on the outside. We want to spread the dragons around a bit, but we want to make sure we get the 50%. 45. Come on, come on. Well, that one's going for the king and not the king's platform. No, we should be good. Do we get our 1 trophy for a 1-star? I don't think we do. Normally, it's split evenly across the 3 stars. So 3 trophies, you'd get 1 trophy per star. I do! Yes! Oh, that was perfect. Nearly filled our storages in just 2 attacks. See, that's where I haven't been having to do the 1 hour of farming each day. And once I unlock the Rage spell, I will then teach you the Dragon and Hog Rider attacks for Town Hall 7. Day 25. Everything is progressing phenomenally on this account, to be honest with you. The laboratory is finished yet again. We still have some upgrades for Town Hall 7. All of my walls are maxed, but in order to make the most progress across the 100 days, I need to get my laboratory researching again, and I also want to teach you the most stuff possible. So let's go to Town Hall 8. That will be ready tomorrow, but in the meantime, let's teach you how to use the dragons and then the hog riders, both brilliant attacks for Town Hall 7. Let's find a base and I'll show you. This is a good Town Hall 7 base. Now, sometimes the builder huts in the corner can be annoying. You may want to, if this is a war attack, use a single archer onto each of those, but we've got to try and fly into the air defense first, and if we can, behind the sweeper. We want to tank archer towers with the king. So why don't we use the king here? That tanks the 2 archer towers. Then spread your dragons in a line around the base, followed by the balloons to try and go in towards the middle, towards that air defense. Then rage your dragons to the air defense, not necessarily past them. You basically just want to get the dragons onto the air defense so it goes down ASAP. So raging over the top of the town hall here, rage them to that air defense. They can take it down, and that's the most important thing. Now, you can use lightning spells for this as well to take down some of the air defense first, but I personally find the rage the most helpful. We could then just force close the app to allow the attack to continue out by itself. Hog Riders are ready. I tend to take even more Hog Riders in the Clan Castle for this strategy. This is a Town Hall 8 base, but let's actually show you how strong this strategy is. You want to check for Clan Castle troops first. I'm pretty sure a single archer would be in range. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to use 1 Hog Rider. But yeah, no Clan Castle troops. If there was Clan Castle troops, such as in war, you would pull them to wherever the Barbarian King is. This is where you will enter the base. You would then use regular barbarians to distract while you poison them and use archers in a circle to take them out. However, you would then enter with your king, some wizards behind, in order to take out the defending king and make a strong push into the base. Once you've done that and your king is in and tanking, send Hog Riders just to the adjacent side of where the king is whilst he's tanking. Heal over areas of splash and continue sending Hog Riders around the outside of the base. You can then use wizards to clean up. I'll use a heal spell. There's a giant bomb there which will do a lot of damage, so let's use a heal as they move out of that region and towards the bomb tower. Then I just have to worry about this area at the back where the wizard tower is, and you can see another giant bomb. So whenever there are gaps in the base where there could be room for a giant bomb, that's clearly where you want to use the healing spell. Again, anything on the outside of the base, you can use the archers to clean up. I will do that in this case, even though if you do have defending Clan Castle troops, you might have used some of those archers and wizards to take those out. Look at the amount of Hog Riders left over though. This is a Town Hall 8 base, and we took that out with ease. That gives you 2 Town Hall 7 options for clan wars. Those 2 strategies will wreck bases for you at this level. Let's come back once we are at Town Hall 8, and for being only a quarter of a way through this journey, I think we've made incredible progress. I can't wait to see how far we get. Day 39. Let's kick this one off by upgrading a wizard tower. Splash damage defenses at this level are huge because of the 2 best Town Hall 8 attacks, the dragons, which are best for trophy pushing, as shown at Town Hall 7, and the best war attack I will show you momentarily. Our progress is still doing great. All of the walls maxed. I still don't really need to farm for 1 hour per day to fill up my storages. However, there is a lot more to research in the lab at this level, so I should probably still be Town Hall 8 for another 2 weeks, I would assume. A nice gift for the Clash for Nature event that will help me me massively in terms of selling magic items. I am selling the resource portions because, again, resources, they're not an issue for me at this level. I've got plenty of gems in my profile in order to collect. But if you are converting magic items to gems, make sure you are doing so effectively. For example, in the clan games, 20 gems is a better conversion than 1 clock tower portion. Shovel of obstacles, 40 gems here. Really doesn't matter on this one. I believe the wall rings are 5 gems, so the wall ring is probably best, and obviously the 100 gems at the end. I'm actually not going to sell the builder potion because time is the one thing holding me back. 50 gems for the shovel of obstacles. That was a great pick. As long as I get to Masters League, we then have the 5th builder. But let's go out and teach you the best war strategy for Town Hall 8. 2 trophies. Great. So with this one, yes, there's a couple of Tesla upgrading, but this is a max Town Hall 8. You want to use your Barbarian King near the enemy king and the Golem on the other side of that, so you can use wizards behind each of those, followed by wall breakers to enter you into the base. Okay, my king ability is going to go off, but that's not the end of the world. Let's use another wall break. Once you've got that funnel set, you can send in the Valkyries and your clan castle bowlers, rage this area, and send in your other 2 wall breakers to get deeper into the base. Use a heal for the bowlers wherever they split to, and then from this point, you're reinforcing with hog riders. So since the golem and bowlers are going to get this side, let's send in my hog riders from the opposite side. Here we go. You're basically sending them around the base. Once you get to areas of splash, so in between this wizard tower but covering the bomb tower, that's where we want to use the heal, and you want to use the poison for any skeleton traps. Then use the rest of your troops, that 1 wizard you have left over, and minions to clean up. Sometimes you can use less funneling troops initially. This wasn't a flawless example. I personally like to use more wizards initially to guarantee the funnel so that your Valkyries and bowlers do move into the center. It gives your hog riders an easier ride around the outside of the base, so then you can have more hog riders for cleanup. 2 trophies. What's also been happening is I have been taking huge defenses. Minus 50 trophies there, minus 51 here. Every time I log off, I get 3-starred, and I'm not gaining that many on offense. I am going to add a couple of these troops into my composition just to make sure we do get to the end here and I can sell that Book of Heroes. Since I decided not to repair the boat on this account yet, we could stick purely to Home Village. But hopefully next time I see you, we will be closing in on the 5th builder. Can we get to Town Hall 10 before the end of the video? Let's see. Day 53, the Town Hall 16 update is here. And with that, we can build the blacksmith 1 day in order to build that. And I have all of my builders ready. There we go. And once that is done, we can start adjusting the Barbarian King's ability. I'm also going to get the King upgraded because whilst he was maxed at Town Hall 8, he is no longer. Level 20 is the maximum for a Town Hall 8 King. Oh, I shouldn't have upgraded him. Take a look at my trophies. 2,596. I have been trophy pushing with the dragons, but I decided to wait for this last attack so we could get the 5th builder together. Now I just need to find a base where I am definitely not going to lose. Town Hall right to the outside of the base. It is a Town Hall 10. Surely if we spam the dragons, we can get this. Surely. We only need the Town Hall. Let's use the rage here, along with maybe 3 of the dragons. Set the funnel on this side. Come on, dragons, get that air defense. Hurry it up! Down it goes. I'm going to rage these dragons as well. I just want the Town Hall down. Basically, with the dragons, you can trophy push because you can easily snipe Town Halls and you can use the dragons on the outside of the base in order to get extra percentage. That puts us in Masters League. And what that does is within the profile, we have many gems to claim. 250 gems for hitting Crystal League and 1,000 gems for getting to Masters. That is what you want to do in order to get enough 2,100 we have for the 5th builder. Completely free to play. And we are only halfway through this video pretty much. So how much progress can we now make? Let's get the builders working again. My laboratory is completely maxed, by the way, so I will probably end up upgrading to Town Hall 9. Should we do it now? We do have 10 levels of the king left to upgrade. But I literally can't spend my elixir. And the lab, it does tend to be a bottleneck, a limiting factor on time. How long would it take? We really don't have that much left to upgrade, but it's just wasting the elixir if we don't. Let's just do it. I don't even know why I'm debating. Day 57. I did upgrade to Town Hall 9 just 2 days ago. Already started with many of the upgrades. But now we have the Cookie Rumble Clashmas event. It goes without saying, if you are a free-to-play player, you want to make sure you farm during these events because you can get some pretty epic rewards. So let's go ahead and check the gingerbread bakery. The troops are very overpowered, but I will start to collect those cookie medals, and I'll show you how to best spend them, because I'm sure in the future, when they do bring more limited time events, the process will be very much the same. You did see that my golem had upgraded. I think I'm going to go with the hog rider, just get the lab working, and I still have my heroes boosted to maximum level for the next couple of days. My walls have had significant progress already. I'm sure they will be maxed in the not too distant future. Every time in this video I've got to a new town hall level, I've pretty much been able to instantly max the walls. Now that I have all of the new Town Hall 9 buildings getting built, I can go ahead and copy my base link. Judo Sloth best bases. Video is still at Town Hall 8 from when I loaded it at the last Town Hall level. Okay, let's go with the Town Hall 9 farm base. Fantastic. Oh, of course, I have the blacksmith. Well, I will be bringing you an updated version for this in the near future anyways, so be sure to subscribe in order to see that. That will now protect our loot significantly more. Let's be sure to copy a war base whilst we're at it. And for good measure, just in case, I might as well copy that trophy pushing base. Plan of action now, and this is what you should do when you get to any new town hall level. The clan castle provides you defensive and offensive buffs, so I always recommend that. But I'm actually just going to cycle through the cheap defense upgrades, because if we take a look at this, 2,000 gold and 15 minutes gives us an extra 4 damage per second and 40 hit points. But if we go to one of my other archer towers, well, yes, this one gives 8 damage per second, but it's significantly more and it's a lot more time. But your overall base strength is increased faster by going through those cheaper defenses. So it's always good to get them up to the level that all of your other buildings are and then focus on upgrades. Let's see how much of this sweet elixir we can get. Actually, I can use the King's Earthquake boots to get me into the base here initially. That might be pretty good. Then, oh, thought he was going to go into the base. Do we use the queen here to move in towards that air defense? Maybe. Then we can use the dragons. Maybe one on the outside here. We do need to make sure I put like 2 dragons over here with a rage to get the sweet elixir at the back, since that is what I'm farming. Oh, we just missed that air defense. Okay, let's just send the dragons in this way. Maybe we missed the cannon. Let's rage these dragons. Oh, trust there be an electro dragon come out the clan castle. Come on, take it down quick. Oh, wow, they actually roasted it. We should be good here. Let's get the rest of the sweet elixir. That's all I want. That's all I want. Yes! Well, I kind of would have been nice to get the dark elixir granted, but as long as I get a good amount of loot and all of that sweet elixir, it will help me through this event track. 1,000 shiny ores. Let's go. I think I'm going to stick to just upgrading the giant arrow. It's great for sniping dark elixir drills or even the storage, a bit like what we used to do with the lightning spells. Day 61. I want to showcase the best Town Hall 9 farming strategy whilst giving you tips to beat the clan games faster. First of all, you want to try and select tasks that you will naturally be doing. Earn a star in a multiplayer battle using the lightning spell. I will be doing that, so I am going to select that task. I'm actually busy researching my baby dragons in the laboratory. I would definitely recommend doing so alongside the lightning spells, which is my priority after this, since at Town Hall 9, you unlock the mass baby dragon and lightning spell strategy. Let's quickly get a builder working. I think the spell factory could be good to unlock the freeze spell, but it does mean your spells cook up at 50% the rate whilst it's upgrading. So that's kind of why I've been putting it off for the moment. I think we should slowly get chipping away at these army camps, because essentially the more troops you can take into an attack, the better. Typically, I leave a builder free for walls, but to be honest, we are almost maxed in terms of Town Hall 9 walls. That's how much cheaper they continue to make Clash of Clans as they bring new Town Hall levels. Okay, let's get out into multiplayer. A perfect example. The good thing about the baby dragons, which is an advantage over the barch farming strategy, which I've been recommending a lot of the time, and the regular dragons I've been using, is that one baby dragon is a lot of the times enough to take out the collectors on the outside, and you get more loot from the collectors. So you always want to prioritize those. But if there are air defense in the base, you can essentially use lightning spells in order to take those down. Now, my lightning spells could do with being upgraded, so a little bit more than expected there, but we also want the queen to be used to snipe some of these. Now, whenever you can, you want to directly target the air targeting defenses to take them down quickly so that your baby dragons can then just have an easy time on the collectors. But for this base, it's not that straightforward. And remember, you don't have to get all of the loot either. The Dark Elixir is arguably the most important. One more baby dragon will get me the Elixir Collector and probably a few shots on the Dark Elixir drill. Maybe 1 or 2. No. Let's actually use 1 more. We've got 500,000 gold left to grab, so we can get that collector there. I think we're going to leave the storages and everything for the moment as well. Let's go with the king here, the queen on this one. There we go. Really easy. We complete our clan games task. Wait a second. Oh, we need to earn a star. Okay, well, that was a bad example. Trying to explain 2 things at once. Obviously, you do need to get the victory in order to complete the clan games tasks. Just do the tasks that you will naturally be doing as you are playing anyway. Another cool thing you can do now that we have the giant arrow is actually just one-shot air defense. So we can supplement that with a lightning spell as well if needed. So just looking for the final parts of loot here. Let's target this archer tower. Let's use the baby dragon here. We get all of the sweet elixir up top. The barbarian king, for some reason, did not like the dark elixir. So let's put 1 more baby dragon in, and that will give us all of the loot and 1 trophy. First clan games task completed. I'm actually just going to select this one because I will again naturally be doing that. However, if there were tasks that are a little bit trickier to complete in your general gameplay, you could take those on an alt account or have one of your clan mates who's already got maximum points take them. And then you can also trash those as well to generate new tasks even quicker. In terms of the blacksmith here, I've decided I'm going to stick with the giant arrow actually because it is really good for sniping air defense for the baby dragons, or even if I use the regular dragons, and also for sniping dark elixir drills and even the storage as well. I did give you more clan games tips in my previous 100 days video, so I don't just want to duplicate everything here. And I also gave you the Hog Rider and Graveyard spell strategy for the raid weekend. But let me teach you something even better. Looks like I am starting with the 47% barbarian camp. Really easy, this technique though. All super miners, heal spells, and you can take the 1 lightning spell. And essentially, you want to just drive all of the miners in towards the heavy splash damages if you can. So I'm just going to drive them at the bottom of the base. Then just wait on your spells. You can use the lightning spell whenever there's good value in terms of hitting multiple defenses, or you can use it to reset one of those major defenses, such as the rocket artillery, as I did here. Super miners in groups are very fast. They can get back underground, so they don't tend to take a lot of damage. But rocket artilleries, giant cannons, the crusher, super wizard towers, any major splash defenses, that's where they are vulnerable. So you want to basically use your healing spells in those areas where they're taking the highest amount of damage. As you can see, it is very straightforward. It is the easiest method in the clan capital right now, and I use it every single raid weekend. They actually nerfed this recently because it was so powerful. I think we will just use the healing spell here preemptively, because then what we can do is force close the app, head back to the raid weekend. We can already see the golden sword, meaning that we did beat Barbarian Camp, and now we can move to the Capital Peak. This strategy still works on the Capital Peak, even though I will say it's better to use on the other districts. The Capital Peak, you can be a little bit more customized based on the setup. But if you just want a singular strategy that is very effective versus every district, this is what I recommend. 45%, just spamming them in. I can get my final builder working. I think for the Archer Queen, since my Dark Elixir is maxed, I obviously want to try and get both of my heroes up to maximum before we go to Town Hall 10, and I'll continue the rest of my farming later this evening. Day 72, and I have a bit of a game plan in order to maximize our progress on this account. For the next maybe 1 to 2 weeks, I am going to non-stop upgrade my heroes, the Archer Queen and the Barbarian King, to try and get them as close to maxed as possible for Town Hall 9. That is because each day I am maxing my storages with the 1 hour of farming, and I can no longer spend the loot on the walls. I am purely limited by the builder times. You know that the previous Town Hall levels I was rushing ahead a little bit because I did say the lab tends to be a bit of a bottleneck, and that's what you can see here. I still have numerous upgrades left to do, even though it's been researching the entire time. I do have to go ahead and spend my cookie medals from the Christmas event, even though it has now finished. And whilst I could go ahead and spend them all on time-based things, such as the builder potions, since that's what's limiting in my progress, I don't think I can pass up the epic gauntlet, and that is what I would recommend from a free-to-play perspective, which is entirely what this video is designed to do, give you as much information as possible. Do not let the limited event epic equipment pass you up, because otherwise you might end up having to use gems in the trader shop in order to get them. I think I will probably go ahead and activate that giant gauntlet as well. I've really been just upgrading my giant arrow because, to be honest, it is so good for farming. This is as far as we can get it at Town Hall 9, so we now have a max level giant arrow, and I think the next upgrade should be the invisibility vial because the Archer Queen is so powerful at this level. So let's get that upgraded as far as we can. Oh, very close to maximum. Let's actually stick the giant gauntlet on. I really like the earthquake boots at this level. It's so helpful when farming to bust into compartments. I might as well show you what I've been doing with that before teaching you the best Town Hall 9 strategy, the witches. However, first, I just want to double check where I'm at with everything. The treasury. See, I'm just overflowing with loot. I can't spend it fast enough on this account. Why don't we upgrade the king? And I will use the Book of Heroes because that means I can then claim the Book of Heroes from the clan games here. Oh, I don't know what to do. Still not going to get rid of my loot quick enough. Let me just teach you the attack. I'll figure the loot stuff out afterwards. So essentially, all you do, if you can find the correct anchor point, which, to be honest on this, it's a little bit difficult. We want to try and get both air sweepers, but I don't know if we can. We might have to wait until she fires at the Archer Tower. That might be the best place. So if we go Queen here, just let her go down, and when she shoots at the Archer Tower, that's the time to use the giant arrow. Okay, wait for it. Oh, we missed the bottom sweeper, but what we can do is use the king here to take out the enemy heroes. Could use like one dragon. Just push the dragons in behind the air sweeper. Let's freeze the queen. Use 2 dragons in a rage there. Rage here. Okay, well, it didn't work out that time. But hey, that's what I've been doing. Since the traders rotated, let's go ahead and get my training potions. They are extremely convenient when I'm doing my 1 hour of farming. The lab research potion. That tends to be what I spend my raid medals on each week. Let's see if we can find a good base, though, to teach you the best Town Hall 9 strategy, which is the witches. Not a maxed Town Hall 9, but it is a good layout, to be honest. So it's very straightforward. You want to use your 3 golems across one side of the base, spread out the witches across that same side, use your wall breakers to get access into the base initially, and then when you have that access, use the king, the queen. Once your witches have created a bit of a funnel either side, you want to send the bowlers in there as well. You want to assure you do get access to the middle of the base using a jump spell. I'm actually upgrading my jump spell right now, so let's rage my troops to make sure that they get over that jump spell. King ability, we can open up the base with his earthquake boots actually, and then you need to jump to get out the other side of the base. I like to use a healing spell in the middle. The poison would obviously be used on any defending clan castle troops coming out, and your freeze spell you can use wherever there is is a lot of splash damage. You might want to use that on the defending queen or the defending clan castle troops. Likewise, there might be a heavy, dense area of expo. Was there even expos on this base? Maybe there wasn't. Queen ability, try and save that for the back end of the base. Even if there was expos, trust me, this strategy is so powerful. It's so easy. You will get the 3 stars. But there you go. Easy, powerful, 3-star attack for Town Hall 9. Okay, let's get these builders working then. Let's get both of the heroes upgrading. That is my commitment for the next couple of weeks. I might as well pop those lab potions. Get this moving as fast as possible. Once that is done, I will probably research a Dark Elixir-based troop in there, maybe, just to get some of that Dark Elixir spent. The next best thing with cookie medals, from a free-to-play perspective, would be the ores. The ores are very precious right now to upgrade your hero equipment. So that's what I'm going to get. And the glowy ores are the rarest. So that's what I'm going to prioritize getting first. Let's actually get a couple of these starry ores, because whilst you only need that for epic equipment, it's hard to get. And I guess I'll get one of the shiny ores as well. We also need to claim the clan games rewards. And everything I'm going to get is whatever is going to help me with time. So the training potion. In this next row, I could get the Dark Elixir, but it's so easy to farm. I might as well get the hero potion, the lab resource potion. I mean, the next one, I guess I'm going to go with the wall rings, and we will spend them when we get to Town Hall 10. Builder potions all day long for this one. Then the Book of Heroes. Honestly, a rune of gold. It sounds really nice, but I've literally not really even been able to use it because I've not needed to. So the 100 gems would be better for me. That's right. I need to collect my rewards, and then you get your bonus reward. So after the book, I will get the 100 gems, because if I were to sell this rune of gold, it would only give me 50 gems. So the 100 gems is definitely the better one to get. Fantastic. Now we just need to get this next builder working. I'm falling into the trap of tending to just upgrade the most expensive thing. The wizard towers and air defense, they're really important to defend your base, but I do have some lower level ones, so maybe I should be trying to cycle through those. Again, it only gets rid of 1,000,000 gold. Let's get my farming army cooked back up in that of the dragons. Since all 5 of my builders are now working, I should go ahead and just use all of those builder potions, because that will give me the best value. It means as soon as the archer queen is back up, I have the Dark Elixir to start the builder yet again. And I will probably see you before we move to Town Hall 10, but I might go there before we are maxed as a Town Hall 9 if I continue to just have this loot problem, because hopefully then by the end of the video, we can have the walls for Town Hall 10 maxed. Maybe. It is the start of day 94, so we have just over 1 week remaining, and I knew a builder was about to be free. Today marks the upgrade to Town Hall 10. Oh, we have a maintenance break in 5 minutes, so I guess we have to make this quick. But last night, I finished the final upgrade in the laboratory. So that is everything maxed level. And we only have a couple of traps left to upgrade before we would be a maxed Town Hall 9. That is more than doable within the next week. But my laboratory research would then be useless. I've constantly had my heroes upgraded, so they are coming along nicely. Not quite the maximum level, but if you want to be time efficient and progress through the game as fast as possible, then you need builder management and also the laboratory management. So I'm actually going to upgrade to Town Hall 10 today, and whilst the Book of Building might not give me the best value, I can then start getting more things researched in the laboratory, and we have 5 days of boost. So that will lead us almost to day 100. How far can we get through Town Hall 10? I've mainly still just been using the Dragons and Rage spells for farming, just because of their ease of use, but we need to get an upgrade starting before that timer runs out. Whenever you upgrade to a new Town Hall level, you do want to get the new buildings built first. Why is it tapping the maintenance? I am definitely... doesn't want to do it. I was definitely tapping the tick. At the time of recording, I'm still working on this, but by the time this video is released, my best bases for every Town Hall level will have been released. So let's copy across the Town Hall 10 farming base. There's a few gaps here for obviously the Expo and the Inferno Towers. I'll just slot those in afterwards. But the laboratory is going to be high on my priority list so that I can start researching in the lab. But I actually want to get all of these new buildings built first. I'm going to go with the bomb tower to start that upgrade, because if it kicks me out of the game here, then I'd potentially be wasting 30 minutes of that builder's time, since that's roughly how long a maintenance takes. Do I need a builder to build these? Oh my gosh, I don't. Let's go. Let's get those other traps built as well. Okay, we're back. Oh, I have a builder. Fantastic. Kind of want to get this upgrade going. You always want to do offense buildings first. So you want to do, obviously, the Spell Factory, the Bowler, brilliant, Town Hall 10. But again, I'll probably prioritize that out. So there's lots to upgrade. We also have extra army camps. I would obviously do that because you get an extra 20 troop capacity. What I am going to do, I think, is get all of the new defenses, in which I do have a Rune of Gold. And I don't think we get an extra storage level at Town Hall 10. We do not. So what it means is I can upgrade my first Town Hall 10 piece of wall. And then I do have a Rune of Gold. Let's go with the Inferno Towers first. I will get all of those built. Try and farm as many of these walls as possible. I know I've got a couple of builders in a few hours. That's why I'm not too concerned at spending the loot right now. But I think I'll come back in a couple of days, maybe do a war attack with that dragon army to teach you. And then obviously, we're going to see the entire progress. Day 100. I have a war attack to show you today. So I am going to upgrade some of my equipment. Now, if my blacksmith was level 3, I would have actually upgraded the giant arrow, because at lower level, it's very good in war attacks, but I've also found it's incredible for farming. What I have found with a lot of the equipment is level 9 and 15 tends to be where you get the biggest jumps in stats. So I'm going to get the invisibility vial to level 9. That's actually as far as I can get it. And then I'm going to try and do exactly the same with my barbarian king equipment. So there is the giant gauntlet to level 9, and I think that's it. I can't get the earthquake boots. Oh, I can get it one more level. There we go. But the one thing about the earthquake boots is it breaks walls no matter what the level, even if it's level 1. It appears we have been perfect ward, but I want to teach you the Zap Dragons. This base has 2 single target infernos. Not the best for the dragons, but it is so strong we can easily counter that. You always want to take 2 earthquake spells and 6 lightning spells. It is 1 earthquake and 3 lightning for any of the air defense. So on this one, I can take the one to the west of the town hall, taking the arch tower and sweeper as well, take the air defense to the north, and then my plan is to anchor my queen's arrow through this elixir collector, and I should be able to get both of the other air defense. Since my giant arrow isn't maximum level, I may need another lightning spell to help, but instead of taking rage spells, which I normally take with the dragons, I'm actually going to just take all lightning spells, so I can guarantee those air defense are down and reset the single infernos. I'm actually also going to take a log launcher, because I can get my king and queen into this bottom area, since that's where I'm sending my queen anyway for the arrow, and I can damage both single target infernos. Let's hope that this works out. So I was going to boost my heroes. You can't use the hero potion anymore from when you enter an attack. I always used to do that for more dramatic effect.
Okay.
Earthquake there with the lightnings. That gets 1 air defense. And notice that you always want to get as much damage surrounding the air defense as possible, so I can clip that single target inferno. 3 lightning spells, and that goes down as well. Now if I go with the king, queen, immediately use that. It hits the air defense, doesn't take them down, but 1 lightning spell does. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Okay, log launcher should hit both of those. Let's send this in to help the king. Now let's go with dragons all across this top side. We just want enough spread to get in towards the single infernos, but we want the balloons to hopefully tank. So they are out in front. Log launcher might not get damage onto that back inferno tower. It might just die off beforehand, but hey, the plan was okay, and we got the bottom single inferno. Now we just need to zap this if it attacks any of the dragons. And ultimately, it's going to go down. We could have used the second lightning spell. So I think the most dangerous part is, well, nothing. This base is crushed, to be honest with you. Let's just use the lightning spell on the queen. For good measure. But essentially, use the lightning spells and earthquake for at least 2 of the air defense. You can even take a 3rd set and then just send the heroes into the 4th. But you always want to make sure the dragons have clear pathing to those air defense or the single target inferno. And as long as you've got a plan for those defenses, your dragons will be good. You can attack from any side of the base you wish. 3 stars, a perfect demonstration. Before you see the full base, I am going to upgrade my queen to level 25 because I have a book of heroes that I can use. I then have another book of heroes at the end of the season challenges, which will allow me to get my barbarian king to level 28. Let's show you the total loot farmed before I show you the base itself. In terms of my troop, spell, and hero levels, you can see the difference. Pretty good progress. We were maxed as a Town Hall 9, and the loot, over 300 million elixir and nearly 300 million gold. It's funny seeing the loot of this low-level account across the 100 days versus when I fixed my rushed base as a Town Hall 14, it was obviously significantly more. But starting the game again from the very beginning showed me why I fell in love with Clash in the first place. It is so good to see your progress on the village, unlocking all of the new troops, having different strategies to work on, and I really hope that this video has helped you on your Clash of Clans journey as well. But after 100 days, 1,162 attacks, this is my free-to-play progress. I never expected we would get 2 Town Hall 10. My target was a maxed Town Hall 9, so I'd say we exceeded that, and now it would be a case of just continuing through the upgrades using the exact same tips that I shared with you in this video. But if you do want to see the progress I made on a rushed Town Hall 14 account and how I fixed that in 100 days, I have that video linked on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your day.